Okay, so if you're with me still, this is part one of the actual tutorial set, and this is all about set dressing. Had some requests in already for the theming of it. Remember, if you're not interactive on our Facebook group or page or Discord, I have no idea what you want, so just let me know. Okay, now we're going to need one asset piece before we can start doing anything really, because we haven't got a lot of stuff. Going to geometry, we've got some simple meshes, and that's about it. And what we're going to need is to just add some bits into this. So, if we go to content, and I'm just going to right click, make a new folder, I'm going to call it meshes. And you may notice that I've already got a folder that says maps there. Let's rename that because I prefer capitals. I said capitals down here. Okay, he doesn't want to do it, never mind. So I'll do that. Okay, so in meshes, I'm going to import, and I'm going to open up my small folder. And see that wall that says 400 by 400? In it comes. Okay, now I'm going to also generate a collision, okay, and I don't need a skeletal mesh, so that is literally it. Okay, Control and S, and done. Now what I'm going to do is just drag that out, and now as you can see I can kind of move around it. Now, didn't see what I did there? That's fine, we'll do it again. Dragged that to there. Now you see these arrows, okay, if I select this kind of green or yellow arrow, whatever colour it is, it just moves it that away, okay, on the y-axis. That will move it on the z-axis, and that will move it on the x-axis. And I can just translate it automatically to 0, 0, 0, and I'll know it's in the middle of my scene. Okay, just make things a little bit easier for me. Now if I press F, I can then zoom into it, because we know this is our first bit of floor. Now, if I turn back to my big camera, that, okay, see that? I'll just put my hand behind it so you can kind of see it a bit better. Just a simple map that I drew up. It's just basically 2 rooms, okay, and a bit of corridor. It's just under my beard. Now, what I need to do first is create the shell for the first room. So, all I'm doing is holding Alt and my left mouse button. That's allowing me to kind of rotate around this object. I pressed F to zoom into it, okay? Middle mouse button, in and out. Right mouse button, sweep around, dead easy. Now here, set the position snap value. I'm going to change that to 100 because this is 400 by 400, alright? So let's make the first room. Okay, and then I'm going to select all 3 of these and just do that. Now I'm getting a little bit of flicker here, so let's see if I've got, no, I haven't got an extra piece. Sometimes you'll get that, I just want to make sure I haven't. Okay, now with those pieces done and about the right size, I'm going to take this out to about there. I'm going to do all 3 of these to about here. I'm going to make this a nice wide corridor. There we go. Then I'm going to take these, just move them to the right position, which it doesn't seem to let me do for some obscure reason. Stop it, you. You're being a nuisance, aren't you? So I'm just holding down Alt, by the way. I'm just dragging this, okay? There we go. Right, now I'm going to make some copies of all 6 of these. Okay, so all of them. And then I'm going to hold Control and Shift and just drag. No, wait, Control and drag, sorry. I don't know what this is doing here, but it's definitely off log. It's starting to annoy me greatly, you. Right. So normally holding that button, there we go, I was holding Control not Alt. There we go, so I'm holding Alt down and just doing this. Okay, just making this kind of shape. So we've got this long corridor here, and then I'll take these 4 again, just pop them into here, and There we go. So again, just to reiterate what I was doing. Okay, I've got 3 rooms here. Now I'm going to make this room a slightly more odd shape, because why the hell not? Okay. There we go. So we've got this kind of shape here, and this one over here, let's make it a weird shape as well. Let me just pull this out. There we go. Just gives us a little bit more stuff that we've got to do to make it interesting. But you can kind of see, this is where player comes in. If I just come in over here. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to put in an actor, player start. Okay, and I would like him very much to be looking over here. Okay, so he's now facing the right direction. Now if I click play, wait very patiently, you'll see I can't see a darn thing. Why is that? Because there's no light. Okay, that's why there is no light. So I just kind of above this scene here so I can see it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some light, and I just want a basic one at the moment. So if I go to my lights, and I'm going to just have a directional light and pop it here. So click and drag, and let's move it over here. And now if I click play, as you see, I just fell completely through the floor. Keep going, which would imply there is no collision mesh. Now, if you're falling through the floor because you have no collision mesh, unfortunately, by the way, it's flickering because it's on the grid. That's why. If I get rid of G, you'll see it doesn't flicker anymore. Double click on my mesh. Okay, and you'll see here it is. And if I go to my collision, I can't remove any because there aren't any, but I can add a box simplified. Click save. And now, no more falling to my death, you see, I've got my starter gun and everything. So now I know I can go down here, across here, okay, and over to there. Alright, all is good. Now, I need to do a few pieces moved. So, remember I've got this kind of inner piece here. Before I do anything, I really want to put some walls in. So what I'm going to do here is get my wall, and this is it here, and I'm just going to rotate it, so I'm going to hold Alt while I do that, and then just bring that over like so. Now, before I cause any more minor problems, one, that flickering's driving me loopy, so I'm just going to move it up. There we go, now I don't have to deal with it anymore. And I need to check that this is going to be the right way around. So what I need to do is get a kind of a texture in here that I can use. Now I don't have any textures in here at the moment, if you look, because I don't have any starter materials or anything like that. So I don't think I've got a default one I can use. I'm going to have to bring something in. So if I go over here and just call it textures, there we go. And I am going to quickly go and find some textures from my Megascans folder. Here we go. I've got one that I've called test wall. You see that? So I've got my roughness, normal, metalness, gloss, cavity, which I won't need, AO and albedo. So I'm going to take all of these except for the cavity and just go drag it down here. And this will let me know if it's the right way up for a start. And this is kind of, I always tend to mess around and do things kind of this way because it's easier. Right, now I'm just going to make sure these are all saved. So I've selected them all, and just Control S, and that'll save my assets. Sounds cool. Right, now right click, and I am going to make material, and my material is going to be called, let's do that again, shall we? Put cap lock on. Simple wall 01. And if I just click on it, it opens up this lovely thing here. And now I can start putting things in. So here's my albedo map. Not sure what albedo is. It is my base colour. Okay. Now ambient occlusion, that will go down here. So I'll put ambient occlusion just underneath it. Feed it into there. Now I've got my normal map. And my normal map I will also feed into the normal slot. And you'll see now we start to get this nice kind of lumpy shape going on here, which is cool. Okay, what else do I need? I need metallic and, let's see, roughness, I think. So I'll put the roughness here, the metalness here. Just drag them in, so metallic and roughness. I don't really need gloss, so I'll just get rid of it. Goodbye glossiness. Okay, let's have a look at that. Not bad, a bit too shiny in places, but such is life. Okay, so let's save. It's only a test material, remember. And I am going to just put it on the wall just to see how it does. Okay, so let's find our wall. There it is. Click and drag. Well, that was moderately helpful in that it didn't really show us which one it was, but okay. So look, play from here. Kind of made a completely square one. Oh, it will do, even if it is blown out and too bright. Definitely too bright. Okay, so now I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to hold down my Alt key again and just pull these across. And whenever I manipulate it, I'm just pull it across like so. Now, something that someone asked me to mention yesterday that's very important is that we should be looking at, actually I'm going to redo this, stop recording, stop streaming. Anyone who's watching the stream, actually just keep watching, I don't mind. I'm just going to delete this shit because this was originally the plan, but I could really do with some basic assets in here first. So, go over here, and outside I might be okay, I suppose. I need something just to bring this stuff across from. Let's say outsider. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to migrate everything from outsider into Learn 3D Palace. Not everything, but the stuff that I need anyway. You'll kind of understand in a minute. And that way I'll get all the resources that I need. So I know. So I'll quick look over my Facey book. If you're in Discord, feel free to say hello. If you're not in Discord, then don't. Doesn't look like many people are in Discord. It's too early in the day for them. Oh, it's actually my ear.
due to the realization that adding a food service would limit the capacity of the attraction. Another explanation is that Walt was so impressed by what Imagineers were doing with the animatronics, he felt they deserved the full attention of guests as opposed to the distractions of being in a restaurant. Regardless, it was from this that the neighboring Tahitian Terrace restaurant was born, which would share its kitchen with the Plaza Pavilion, and Imagineers were tasked with reworking the experience as a standalone attraction. However, the bathroom stayed, as well as the primary structure of the coffee bar, which still contained storage space initially meant for silverware. But with the planned transformation of Aladdin's Oasis into a tiki room-themed dining location, we'll hopefully get at least a glimpse of what could have been. Number 3. Docking the Past. One of the quieter spots in Disneyland can be found hidden here behind the Matterhorn in what's known as Fantasia Gardens. This serene waterway platform is now a seating area for the Edelweiss Snacks restaurant, but it's actually what's left open.
Alright. Okay, so back to streaming again. So what I've done is I've kind of moved everything across. Oculus, will you close, please? Let me join. Let's look over there. Done anything? Don't need to do. No, good. Right. Stop recording.